Committee will come to order. Senator Cochran, members of the committee, welcome. Thank you for your interest in this critical topic for our time. Secretary Gates, Secretary Rice, General Pace, the committee appreciates your appearance before this committee as we address the President's fiscal year 2007 supplemental request. On February 5, the President submitted to Congress a $103 billion emergency supplemental request related to the global war on terror, and for additional assistance to the victims of Hurricane Katrina. I look forward to working with the senator from Mississippi and all senators on meeting the needs of the victims of Hurricane Katrina. Our hearing today focuses on the administration's $99.6 billion supplemental request for the global war on terror, predominantly for ongoing operations in Iraq and Afghanistan through the remainder of fiscal year 2007. The administration's $99.6 billion request is in addition to the $70 billion appropriated by Congress in September 2006 for the global war on terror. This supplemental request also begins the process of expanding the size of the United States Armed Forces by accelerating 2 Army Brigade combat teams and establishing 1 new Marine Corps regimental combat team. Funds are included for reconstituting depleted equipment, for existing forces, for training and equipping Iraqi and Afghani military and police units. In addition to the $99.6 billion covered by this request, Congress has already appropriated $507 billion for the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, including $376 billion for the war in Iraq. In fiscal year 2007 alone, the Department of Defense is spending some $10 billion per month in Iraq and Afghanistan. Over the last 7 fiscal years, including funding combat operations in Afghanistan and Iraq, the Congress has provided a total of $3.2 trillion. How does that sound to the senator from Tennessee? That's $trillion. Trillion. With a T. Or 3 followed by 12 zeros to the Department of Defense. The current large increase in defense spending, the current large increases in defense spending require difficult trade-offs in other areas of the national budget, or the even more difficult consequences of an ever-increasing debt. Every dime for the war in Iraq has been borrowed. In this committee, we have a serious obligation to ensure that the taxpayers, hear me out there, the taxpayers, yeah, you're looking on. The taxpayers' security is insured, and the taxpayers' money is well spent. You hear that? Better listen. The President suggests from time to time that we may have to fund and fight this war in Iraq far into the future. Congress cannot, however, continue to fund failing policies and failing strategies. We need to identify strategies with potential for success and turn the future of Iraq over to the Iraqis. But under the President's plan, there is no end. I say, no end in sight. No plan for redeployment, no plan for diplomacy, no plan for engaging our international partners for improved security in the region. All the President has requested is more money for military force and more money for ineffective reconstruction efforts. The Congress has provided billions of dollars above the administration's request for additional body and vehicle armor to keep our troops safe, and billions more for the development and deployment to the field of equipment to counter improvised explosive devices. And yet, after all of the billions of dollars and those thousands of precious lives that have been spent in Iraq and Afghanistan since 2001, we do not seem to be close, not even close, to achieving the goal of establishing a stable, effective government in either nation which can provide for its own security, provide for the needs of its populace, or prevent the use of its territory by terrorists and other armed insurgent groups. That has Congress and the entire country concerned. Even at home, I have concerns about the care